Welcome back. 10:24, a little bit of change. Doug Booten in the studio. Coming down the pipeline next weekend.
Correct.
Is going to be the American Junior Legion Baseball State Tournament. And, man, the talent that are on these teams, it's really exciting to kind of watch the coverage throughout the summer with for local teams and just seeing where it all ends up.
It really is. We'll have, obviously, we're the host. There'll be 5 other teams here from all over the state.
Mm-hmm. And how does the tournament break down that week or weekend?
It's a double elimination tournament.
Okay.
There'll be a representative from every division in the state. There are 5 divisions and obviously the host team.
Well, and now take me through the Alton. Is the Alton team going to be a part of this one?
Yeah, we are the host. We did win our district tournament at the Junior Legion level. We've went on to the next level, the 5th division, which is basically if you drew a line from Alton all the way across the state and went south, that is the 5th division of Legion baseball in Illinois. Mm-hmm. Currently we're in that. We don't have to advance out of that, but you do normally to get to the state tournament. We get an automatic bid because we are the host.
That makes sense. Okay. And now take me through some of the guys that you have on the team. Is it players from all over the area that come on this Alton team?
Yeah, I mean, mostly Alton kids.
Mm-hmm.
We do have kids from Bethalto, Marquette, Staunton.
Oh, wow.
Gillespie, Edwardsville, Wood River, East Alton Wood River, Roxana. So a lot of high schools come together to play in the summer.
See, that's what I think it's really cool, too, is to kind of have that little melting pot of schools coming in together and playing some ball pretty well, too. And, you know, what's that season look like? I've always been fascinated by the Legion season. When does it start?
So typically we start Memorial Day weekend with the tournament in Washington, Missouri. Now, this is at the junior level. We wait about a week or 2 for the seniors because a lot of them are playing varsity baseball, and with Alton being 4A,
that season runs.
That season runs a little longer. Last year we were lucky enough to have some guys that played Junior Legion that actually were on varsity squads, and they missed that tournament because they were still playing baseball. But typically we start Memorial Day weekend, and about the middle of July we start our playoffs. And it's unlike any other baseball in the country. You know, with your travel baseball, you ended a tournament and wherever you want to go.
Right.
But with American Legion baseball, you play a regular season. We are in District 22 of the 5th Division, but we'll play teams from across the river. We'll travel up to Danville and play, and over to Terre Haute to some tournaments and stuff. But our playoffs start, and it's your district playoffs. You have to advance out of that to get to what's called the 5th Division tournament. Mm-hmm. And then if you're lucky enough to advance from the 5th Division, you end up with the state tournament. It ends there for Junior Legion.
Okay.
But for Senior Legion, they actually have the Great Lakes Regional, which Alton hosted in 2015 and 2016. Mm-hmm. And then beyond that is the American Legion World Series.
That's really cool. And it seems like it's one of those things where the players are getting a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience just on the different schedules and different opportunities that await them throughout that season, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier about the kids from different schools coming together. You know, it's always kind of neat, you know, as a player to play with your crosstown rival.
Right.
Or whatever. You know, that not many of them get to do that.
Well, and now when we're talking Junior Legion, what age does that run till?
So typically that's 17 and under.
Okay.
Mostly it's freshman and sophomore in high school. Occasionally you'll have a junior in there that is still age eligible.
Okay.
So it is 17 and under.
And then what's the difference, just so I can understand a little bit better, for the Senior Legion team?
So Senior Legion is 19 and under.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
You know, you have your juniors and sophomores, and this year we actually have two returning college freshmen.
Wow. Well, and now take me through. Has the junior team gotten along pretty well and played some good ball this year?
Yeah. So we 3 years ago we started a second junior team, mainly because we had the ability to do it. We had enough coaches, we had enough interest in the communities around here to do it. So we added a second team, and it was just freshmen. So they were already at a disadvantage because, you know, they're 15,
right,
and they're playing against 17-year-olds. We did mix in some 15U tournaments, and then Missouri is a little different than Illinois, so they have freshman teams.
Gotcha.
Illinois doesn't. So we played a few of them, but for the most part, they're at a disadvantage. So our freshman team this year, they played, their record was about 500. They played about 30 games. They got beat in our district tournament by our Navy team, which is our older team, our sophomore team. Obviously the Navy team's got 20 wins and they're still in playoffs. And did that answer your question?
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, and now what's that? Whenever you guys go into the weekend, when's your first game?
So next weekend, the tournament will start on Thursday.
Okay.
I want to make sure I get this right. We will not play on Thursday. We will get a bye.
Okay.
I believe. I'll have to look. So we'll play. Our first game will be Friday. Typically, the host gets a bye.
That's what I was going to ask you. If it's one of those.
And then the team that travels the farthest usually gets the second bye.
That makes sense.
Just so they can come in a day later. Yeah.
And who's your furthest traveling team this time around?
There'll be teams from the northern part of the state.
Gotcha.
We won't know who's coming until after this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you have to qualify.
Yep, that makes sense.
But last year you had, we were fortunate enough to win the last 2 Junior Legion state championships. Mm-hmm. You see your typical teams. There's some good programs around the state. Mm-hmm. Wheaton has a good program. Danville has a really good program. And we think we're right in there with them.
I think you are too. You're winning the last 2. Something's going right for you guys.
Local team is Jerseyville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have a summer high school baseball program that plays Legion baseball, and they were at the 2 Legion state tournaments the last 2 years with us. So.
Well, that's really good to know too. And it's good for people because there's some folks that really do enjoy high school sports and to kind of follow along and see the players develop, and even for the friends and family to kind of check up on the summer and see how it's going. No better time to do it than now, really.
My father, he's gone now, but he always said that he would much rather watch American Legion baseball. It's baseball at its purest form.
It is. It's not, there's no pomp and circumstance in the 6th inning or anything like that, and it's just good ball that needs to be played. And I think that a lot of people just live for that anymore, especially with the changes to the MLB and how many damn robot umpires we're going to get now. And, it's really cool to see the players from all accounts who I've talked to about the past teams, nothing but just stand-up gentlemen, too, that are playing for you guys also.
Oh, yeah. It's more than just baseball. We try to instill in these kids, it's a time in their lives where they're becoming men.
Yeah.
And so we try to give them some responsibility. It's time to, start doing things on your own. And we kind of instill that in the players.
Absolutely. You got a moment to take a break with me?
Sure.
We'll come back, chat a little bit more. 10:32, a little bit of change on this Friday morning. More on the Junior Legion Baseball State Tournament taking place not this weekend, but next weekend at Loyd Hopkins Field. Gordon Moore?
Correct.
There we go. We'll have more information for you next, right after this one on RiverBender and Roku.
Rock history hits the riverfront as multi-platinum powerhouse Puddle of Mud takes the stage. Hear fan favorites like She Hates Me and Psycho. Plus brand new tracks from their latest album. Get your tickets now. On sale through Metro Tips. Puddle of Mud, August 2nd at the Alton Amphitheater. Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelmarPublicHouse.com.
This July, the fastest boats in the world take over the Mississippi. Catch the thrill of F1 powerboat racing July 18th to 20th at Riverfront Park in Alton, Illinois. Speed, rivals, champions. This is more than a race. It's the Midwest National, kicking off with the Meet and Greet Street Party July 18th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Max and downtown Alton. Cold beer and live music. Alton Midwest Nationals F1 Powerboat Racing, July 18th to the 20th. Don't miss the action.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own?
10:34. Welcome back.
With no direction
Back with Doug.
home.
The Junior Legion Baseball State Tournament takes place next weekend, and really just going to be a fun time again. And now, can the public go out to watch these games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we encourage the public to come out, former players, former coaches, come out and relive your past.
Yeah.
It's like I said earlier, it's baseball at its purest. It'll be the top Junior Legion teams in the state of Illinois. They're competing for a title. We hope to, have a three-peat.
That'd be pretty exciting.
It would be. It would be for sure. It would be. I never thought we would have won the first one.
Really?
Yeah. Then to go back and repeat was just unbelievable, and it would be great to do a three-peat.
Yeah, man. Well, and this is what I'm curious about, because winning any tournament isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do, but when you're fine tuning down to the best teams and you're doing the statewide tournament, that becomes even tougher. And to do it once is special, but twice is crazy. I mean, that's just incredible.
And I say I've told all my players that you have to be perfect.
Yeah,
and you really do.
You do.
It's the one mistake. Not nothing intentional, obviously, but it's the one mistake that's made that cost you a game. And I've been there. I've been there several times where we made the mistake.
Yep.
And the last couple of years, I've been on the other side of it.
Man, that's exciting. But you're right. I mean, it just seems like it's one of those things where a bobbled ball or a double pump to first, and all of a sudden the runner's safe, opens up to a big inning. You don't have to worry about that with these guys. It seems like,
You're right. It's a game, and you mentioned earlier about the robotic umpires.
Yeah,
I've been a part of a state tournament where everybody in the stadium knew it was strike three, except the umpire. Yeah. and you know where the next ball went.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's one of those too where you're right. You have to be really on it and focused to really achieve success in these type of tournaments, because if you aren't, it's going to be a quick couple of days for you and you're back on the road home.
Yeah, exactly. It's a double elimination tournament, and we've won a couple state titles, but I've been a part of a lot of teams that have got there and went 0-2 and went home real quick. So.
Well, and now what's that double elimination look like? So if you lose your first game, do you get put into a different bracket to compete out of the cellar, so to speak?
Yeah, you do.
Wow.
2 years ago in Wheaton, they hosted the state tournament. We had a bye. We were the farthest team traveling. So all we had to do was win 3 games.
Uh-huh.
What did we do? We lost the first one, put us in the loser's bracket, so now we have to win 5.
Oh, no. That makes sense now. So you really are setting the pace that first game for if you're the bye team or you have the bye day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's you're very fortunate to get that bye, and you need to take advantage of it. Last year we did.
Yeah.
Last year we took advantage of it, had the same circumstances. We took advantage of it. Makes it a lot easier on your players, and you don't have to have as much pitching depth either.
And now, how do you determine the hosting of the tournament?
It's kind of a bid process.
Okay.
It goes from there's 5 divisions, so it just rotates around.
Okay.
But not always somebody's available to do it. I mean, there's a lot of expense that goes into this. We hope to recoup some of it. We've had a few people step up and give us a little bit of money. The Simmons Hanley Conroy wasn't good enough to donate, and we obviously put them in the ad book. We're going to have a program book that'll include all the teams. There won't be any ads in it, but and I'll mention the River Dragons and the owner Steve Marso.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I approached him about doing this last year in the fall, and he was all for it.
He's a good guy.
He is.
Really good man.
The organization's
Yeah, good man.
has been great to Alton Post 126 baseball. They really have. They've been fabulous for us. We were there before them, but obviously they have an exclusive lease on the field, and they wanted us to continue to play there, and they've been really good to us.
That's really cool to hear about, because that's something I never asked Steve about or any of the logistics with that. But that's great to know they've been an awesome partner.
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah. And it started when they got here.
Yeah,
they've been great. But
well, and now games start on Thursday.
Correct.
Do we know by chance when the championship game will be held, or is that all dependent based on when other games end?
Barring no rain, and of course we're very fortunate here to have the turf
Yeah.
at Lord Moore. Barring no rain, the championship game will start at 11 o'clock on Sunday.
Okay.
Now, there's an if necessary game, because that game will be a team that hasn't lost and a team that's coming out of the loser's bracket.
Okay.
So if the team coming out of the loser's bracket wins, there will be a second game, and that will be immediately following that.
That makes sense. So if you're in that winner's bracket, you're feeling darn good and feeling great about everything looking at Sunday. But if you're coming out of the cellar, you have a lot more of a fight on Sunday than what what I would expect at least.
You don't want to come out of the box.
No, that's what I'm getting at right now.
And Dennis Sharp said, he told me this a long time ago. American Legion baseball does not reward losers.
You're right.
And it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we ended up in the losers bracket 2 years ago, and instead of having to win 3 games to win it all, now we got to win 5.
Yeah. And so did you win out of the losers bracket?
We did.
Now that's really impressive.
We did. We had a good group of kids, had a ton of pitching, and still had pitching left after 6 games, believe it or not.
Wow. That's absolutely incredible, Doug. I mean, because when I think of that, it's like, man, that's almost an impossible task to win 5 in a row. I mean, try to win 3 in a row, you're feeling damn good about it, but 5's special.
Well, it is, and and I didn't have a good feeling, I'll be honest,
right.
because I'd been there before,
Right.
And it doesn't end well.
No.
It never has until 2023. So,
No, how are the guys? But anyone that's been kind of putting some good work, and you want to give some shout outs to, or are they all just kind of doing equally as well?
yeah, I mean, it's I've got a couple or 3 great coaches running that team. And the kids have just, as a group, have been good.
Yeah.
And I haven't been with them all summer, so I hate to mention 1 or 2 people.
Right. No, it makes sense.
But it seems like it's a group effort.
Well, and it's great to hear that too, and just really cool to hear more about how this tournament works. If you're just tuning in, the American Junior Legion Baseball State Tournament takes place at Loyd Hopkins Field at Gordon Moore Park. That happens not this weekend, but next weekend. It starts on Thursday and will wrap up on Sunday. Hopefully, weather permitting, 11 a.m. And then if there's a game 2 that's necessary, then you'll see that one play out as well. How much are tickets to go and watch?
So it's $5 to enter.
Okay.
For the whole day. And again, that's just to kind of recoup some of the cost for, we're putting a banquet on.
Right.
And that's coming out of our pocket. And that will feed all the teams and coaches. That'll be Thursday evening after the 3 games on Thursday. There'll be 3 games Friday. And then the River Dragons are going to play Friday at 6:30. So we've kind of incorporated that. And then we'll do 3 Saturday and then either 1 or 2 Sunday.
Man, this is a machine almost of a tournament. That's a lot of games in a not very long enough time, And how do you manage that? Is that the league that kind of helps you guys organize it, or is it all up to your guys' logistics?
There's some guidelines that we follow, but we've got the field for the weekends, and we know how many games we got to play. We know how many teams will be there. We just don't know who's going to be there yet. So it's pretty well. It's a 6-team double elimination tournament. You can Google that and figure that out. It's just when you start, when you end, and you got to figure the banquet in there. And then we worked around the River Dragons, and they've invited all the players and coaches to come out. They're going to recognize them, which will be neat for them kids because they'll get to see the next level.
For sure. And now with it, how many volunteers? Do you guys have any volunteers?
We're all volunteers.
How many are on deck and are going to be out there at Gordon Moore this next weekend?
So my family's a big help. We'll have some parents out there helping.
Really cool.
It kind of runs itself. I mean, the umpires come, from an umpire association, and there'll be some Legion members there. The chairman of the Junior Legion Baseball, the state chairman, will be there. He oversees everything. He gave me some guidelines to follow. Known him for years, a great guy. I mean, obviously he was there last year. I was with him the year before. He's from Steelville, Illinois, and then we're lucky to have the Senior Legion state chairman, and pretty well the guy that runs everything in the state from Belleville, pretty close. And
Man, I like this. Well, I wanted to know a little bit more because we always read about the Legion and RiverBender or some other publication, but to actually know a little bit more about the breakdown and how this works, it's really exciting. And you got to have a good team to really get some runs across and really to win the damn tournament. I mean, this is exciting.
Yeah, it really is. And, do I want to win 3? Yes. Will we win 3? It's going to be difficult.
Right.
It's really going to be hard.
Well, Doug, I really hope nothing but best success this next
Thanks,
weekend
CJ.
for you and the team. And fill us in on how everything goes. I know we'll probably be out there for one of the days. And really just it's an awesome thing for Gordon Moore Park to have, and especially for the community to come out and be a part of and support the next generation.
The kids that are playing in it is a new group of kids. The kids that won the last 2 years, they've moved on.
Yeah.
They've aged out. They've moved on. This group doesn't realize that they're going to get to sleep in their own beds.
Oh, right.
And, that's an advantage.
A big one.
It really is. But, yeah, it would be great to see the community come out and support these kids from all over the Riverbend area. And I appreciate you having me.
Man, thanks for stopping by. This has been a great talk. And guys, you can see more of this. We're going to link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. You can find it on RiverBender.com/daily show. And we'll see you there at the Legion Junior Baseball State Tournament next week. And it starts next Thursday. And we'll watch that Alton team hopefully come back with a three-peater. We'll take a quick break and come back with Rack Crown right after this on RiverBender.